what happens? 2 by 4 gets to the saw, boom, it gets shredded. This persistence has to be trying to say to the person, he's doing wrong, or system is doing wrong. But you have to lose a lot of wisdom and a lot of carefulness. Resistance, number 12. In front of something that's bad and wrong, stay. The right to give up your life. But be careful, you also belong to your children, to your wife, and others. Do not kill their father and their mother for your truth. Because this way you're sacrificing one truth for another truth. It's kind of not right. The only way you can go to the full measure of it, not on your own. If Baha'ullah, God tells you to do that, you could do it. Or in place of God right now, universal laws of justice orders you to do it, you may go do it. On your own, you can't just go on and say that I'm going to go right to the end. But the most important part of a resistance is that the resisting man has to have a reason why is he resisting. Why is he defending something? If he doesn't have any reasons, and simply doesn't also listen to the advice of others, he's nothing but a stubborn person. It can easily turn into stubbornness. All right, number 12, number 13, being positive. A positive person, the majority of it is positive, he will also always be positive. He says positive things, does positive things, but if most of you are negative, you're bound to do negative things. North America, if they say George Bush, they found him, he was having sex with a woman outside of his marriage, or he was beating somebody up, the whole TV and the media goes on to find out what this guy did. Now you're saying that, oh, they saw George Bush yesterday was helping somebody off the streets. That's not the news. Because positive things people don't want. Just negative is the news. Why? Because we're full of negative. And these fool actors and famous people, they think people want them. That's not what they want. People hate them. Why? Because any damn thing happens to them, the whole fans, they're around to see what happens to him, beating him down. He just simply demonstrate their desires of what they want to be themselves, but they don't love him. There are, people that are loved, like that Mr. Irving, the Australian crocodile hunter. He was a fine gentleman, wasn't he? There are people that they make me feel weak. He's one of them. How would he handle mastering the universe in his hand? Amazing character it was, Steve Irwin. So, this is the being positive. Optimistic. What is to be optimistic? To be optimistic is to understand there is always up and down in the life. There is no summer that does not have few spring days in it. There's no spring that there are no few winter days in it. It's never a straight up and come down. Progressive but retrogressive. It is progress, but it has up and down. That's what it's to mean to be optimistic. Things may not look the way you want it all the time, but you have to understand the example that I told you. In the beginning, sometimes you have to see the end. Be optimistic in what's happening. There's no point in being pessimistic. So, number 12, what was number 14, I think? Yeah, 13 was positive, 15 was optimistic, 14 was optimistic, 15, sensitive. Sensitivity is a very important feeling and attributes. It's to have an understanding of all the frequencies around you. You know, all the radios are short wave, long waves. People, when they talk and they try to understand, they are like devices, they have different frequencies. You have to open all your channels all the time. Otherwise you exclude some peoples. They don't understand you. Or you don't understand them. Then you miss out on things. To be sensitive is just like the electronic device. People always updated, understand surrounding areas and people. 16, sympathetic. Okay, I'm going to define that. You can define these words any way you want. This is just an open dictionary. My dictionary, to be sympathetic, is to show feeling, just to show. feeling when people are in pain, people are sudden trouble they have. Don't go in front of them and laugh when they're sorrowful, you know. Be sympathetic to the situations. Helping is something else. You have to go beyond that, which to help, all right? That's number 16. Okay. Pretty good. Number 3. 3. This is page 4. Servitude. This is also a very, very huge attributes to show. I'm sorry, I was going to define gratitude first, and then I would say servitude. Gratitude, I meant, it's a huge attributes. Gratitude is very, very important. If you're not gratified about your life, about the positive things that you have, you're just then a taker. Only it takes. There's no response. It seems you don't understand even what are the good things that's happening to you. Gratitude means to be able to number the positive things that's happening in your life. From what your country has given to you, from your people, from your parents, from your God, from your nature. You have to be able to number it. To say how many good things that you have, or you might, otherwise you could not have. You have to show gratitude towards this thing. Otherwise, I've written, it's just like throwing money in a pocket with a big hole. It goes in and just comes out from there because there's no understanding. You have to count all this positive point in our life. Where are they coming from? Otherwise, we think the whole universe is owed to us. If you show no gratitude, you think everybody who gives it to you, do something for you, he owes it to you, you know. And you think, you know, you're the poor one that everybody, you know, violated and this and that. So I say that to have this feeling of gratitude and this attributes of gratitude, really you have to sit down and number it. Say, okay, number 1 this, number 1 to do this, number 3 is this, number 4 is this. You know, I'm healthy, wow. You know, I'm in Canada, in my case. I'm gratified that from Iran, Canadian, they let me come in. God, my ideology helped me to come in. In here we have so many things that most countries they don't have. You know, I have to, not to brag it towards others, but in my society, in myself, I have to have gratitude and a sense of paying back in whichever way you can. The least is that you mentioned, those who are doing, you know, good things towards you. And number 16, 17, number 18, I was going to talk about servitude. Servitude, which is really service, is but that we have to understand there are energies above us. It's in relationship with God mostly. Okay? And to show the servitude to God, we have to serve mankind any which way we can. Any little things that we can, generally, for everyone. Baha'ullah Abdul says, to serve God is meaningless unless you serve the people of God, those he likes to serve. But he's not here on the planet to do it. So, if you rise to the service of people, you are rising to do God's job. So, servitude is a very, very important thing. It's a sign of maturity of a person who wants to take, you know, on his shoulders some of the responsibilities that others would have to, God would like to do in generally, you know. Number 19, appreciating. Is appreciating is a feeling I like to talk it in a relationship with people, really. Because appreciation has a lot of meaning. Also it means understanding. But it is to watch. Anybody who does something good, remember that, even if you don't want to tell him. To know, oh, that man did this, that man did that. How many times, honestly, we're counting the good things and the good act our surrounding people do. And we don't do it, we don't have this channel, these attributes that to appreciate. We have to be able to appreciate the good things that happens, people do. And encouraging is another great attributes that people always say, I encourage people. We have to talk. We have to talk about what people are capable to do. I remember Vincent Twardzik, wherever he is, God bless him. He's an 18 years old boy from Saskatoon. He said to me, one thing good about you, Abbas, Tony, did you always encourage people? I said, yeah, because I'm looking and I see that they have potential. They can do more, and they have done so far. So on one hand, I always say, good thing the person has done, and if he continues what I think he's capable to do. Moderations, as I spoke before, in all of this emanating and exposing and demonstrating these attributes which I just brought, in all of this situation, moderation is very, very necessary. In fact, wisdom, that I spoke very little about it before, it has to be used in all of these things. Wisdom to understand a relationship and how things put together to make, to work for the sake of others, not for your own sake. If you're doing it for your own sake, that's politics. Here, you have to see how you talk and how you demonstrate, how you conduct yourself, so this person can be guided towards doing better things. Sometimes you have to hide the truth. Sometimes you have to, for example, Abdul says, lying is one of the worst things in the world one can do. But if a doctor lies to the patient, says, hey, you feel better today, I see you're strengthening. That sense of positive things, which wisdom requires to do that, it might actually encourage the patient to walk and feel better. So all these attributes are relative. They could be bad, they could be good. To be greedy is the worst thing to do. But if you're greedy to become better and serve mankind more, you can turn it around. You can turn night into the day. Even jealousy, which is the worst, the mother of all the hellish things, is jealousy. But if you're jealous that why this guy is closer to God, I want to be closer too. Go ahead. You're not going to hurt people if what you wish is to serve mankind more, is to go towards God, and you're feeling others beating you in this relationship, go on. That's okay. Because after sometimes you find out that's stupid. You're just saying because you don't know. But if you're closer, you see that there's no such things. I don't know how long I spoke, but I'm not going to be speaking more than that about this thing, because otherwise, I don't know, I have to write the chronicles of the words and thousands of books. I'm just giving some definitions, but a couple of examples about these attributes that you might ponder and you go, by far they're not the proper classifications. Mine is not, others for sure is not. I think mine is not today too. As I said before, there are many words written that there are excessive words for one feeling, for one attribute, and there are other times that there is no words written for certain attributes. Okay? May Baha'ullah be with you, may God be with you. Till the next two other sessions that I have to continue this and conclude this and go to the last chapter of this book. Thank you.